Alright, we're going to do a two-man modern with the Wilt Leaf Abzan deck we would like to play first. And a pretty decent opening hand here. We'll keep it. Got turn 1 Birds of Paradise. And then turn 3 Siege Rhino. Couple Path to Exiles to back it up. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, I'm gonna lead it off just fetching for a basic forest, Birds of Paradise, and we'll pass it. It's got a Misty Rainforest. So, alright, so we're gonna play a Voice of Resurgence here. Hopefully it doesn't get spell snared. Which it could be getting spell snared right now. But it's not, and we'll just pass it back with Marsh Flats. Then we can fetch for Temple Garden or something at his end step. So this looks kinda maybe Scapeshift. Hard to say. Yeah, that looks pretty Scapeshift to me. So yeah, we'll go get a Temple Garden tapped. And then it's a pretty good draw. We'll play the Siege Rhino, and then we will attack with our elemental token. So I have a feeling our Path to Exiles are going to be not useful in this match, but we do have a Thoughtseize. And I think we're just going to jam out this Wilt Leaf Liege. See if we can get away with it. And then, yeah. See if we can get away with Wilt Leaf Liege. It doesn't look like it. It's alright. Attack. Down to 4. And I mean, we're looking to be in pretty decent shape here. He can't have Cryptic Command. I think we're gonna just start with a Thoughtseize, and he scoops. So if he's playing Scapeshift, these paths aren't going to be useful. Duress will be useful. Chokes are pretty good. Slaughter Pact. Ley lines are okay, but usually they can just Cryptic them. But let's see. Definitely don't need these paths. The Pride Mages aren't the best. He could side into like there's a couple things he could side into, a more creature heavy thing. He could side in some Batter Skulls. Life gain is going to be good. We are going to want this discard. We're going to want these chokes. I don't know why the Slaughter Pack's over here. One ley line is probably okay. I mean, we could take out one Wilt Leaf for a leyline, and one Siege Rhino for a leyline. They're not the best in the matchup, but they're probably fine enough. It does mean he has to cryptic command it back to our hand first, but it doesn't shut down the deck like it does against you know, say Burn, where it's just they need a Destructive Revelry or they just lose. So let's see if he's deciding to play or draw first. Yeah, Scapeshift is we got pretty lucky on that last one. He didn't have a lot of disruption in our early game, and he didn't have any mana ramp, so we were able to just power ahead and just be much faster than he was. But Scapeshift can be a very tough match. Luckily we have a lot of life gain, and we don't need to fetch always for shock lands. So if we could keep our life total above 18, it puts him off a turn. So we got a Thoughtseize, which is good. Kitchen Finks is going to be good in this match. We got a Leyline to start, which is, you know, it's alright. In a Wilt Leaf Liege. I think we'll keep it. We'll try it out. Start with a Leyline on the board. We can fetch up something turn one if we don't draw anything. So yeah, there's no reason for us to take damage right now. We'll just we'll pass the turn back, and then we'll fetch something like a Godless Shrine at the end of the turn. And that way, if we want, we can Thoughtseize him, or on turn 4 we can play another Leyline. So let's see. I think we're gonna Thoughtseize him here. We're gonna play this. We're gonna play Thoughtseize first. Just see what we're dealing with. So he's got Electrolyze, Tribelder. So I'm not worried about the Electrolyze. The Tribelder helps him ramp out, which we don't want him getting more mana. Let's try and keep his mana down, because he can't target us with the Electrolyze anyways. So yeah, we'll take the Tribelder from him, and then we will play a Razorverge Thicket, and we'll pass it back. Next turn we can play Kitchen Finks. He has the Electrolyze in hand, so he could, you know, snap it off and kill our Finks, but we're gonna gain life from that. Right now he's on the Sakura Tribelder beatdown plan. Not a bad place for us to be in. And we draw another Kitchen Finks, which is just the perfect draw. So we're gonna play this Finks. Hopefully he didn't draw a counterspell. Oh, and he did. Well, sometimes that happens. So, I mean, next turn we're still going to play the Finks, and just hope that we can stay ahead of him. maybe Voice Resurgence is better than Kitchen Finks. I'm gonna play the Voice of Resurgence. I'm just gonna dig for an answer. But I think playing Voice first, just in case, like I don't want to give him an extra draw. So now he has Cryptic Command in hand, which of course is going to allow him to bounce the ley line and go off with Scapeshift. But we do have a second ley line, so if we can get another land, we can play a second ley line, and then it's very difficult for him to combo off with Scapeshift. So yeah, he'll do the 2 damage to the Voice of Resurgence, which we anticipated. We have another Voice here. I think I want to get the Kitchen Finks down under his Cryptic Command or the Voice under his Cryptic Command. If I get the Voice under, let's see, he's got 2, 4, 6 lands. So yeah, he can't really. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Kitchen Finks here. Gain a couple life. If he kills the Kitchen Finks, we'll go up to 20, and that will mean he's gonna have to wait another turn. We really just want to buy enough time where we can get our second ley line into play, because once we can get the second ley line down, alright, he's gonna do 2 damage to the elemental token, which is okay. We're gonna gain 2 life and pass it back. So he's going to want to bounce our ley line at the end of our turn when he's going to go for his Cryptic Command. So with a township, I don't want to really run the ley line into a township. So I think yeah, we're just gonna have to hope he doesn't have it. I think we're gonna attack. And then he's just gonna, no matter what we do, he's gonna counter it. So let's try and get down let's see, let's go for this Voice of Resurgence. Then he can counter bounce the ley line, and then he doesn't. That's interesting. So then I'm just gonna play this township. I mean, if he just bounces it here, that means he's probably got it. I suppose So he's going to return the ley line. Yeah. And draw a card. We get another token. So if he scapeshifts here, we're just dead. But if he doesn't have it, we're actually in okay shape. Oh, so he just has it. Concede the game. So yeah, let's see. Is there anything we can change here? Yeah, I think that was fine. Yeah, let's just run it back the same. See if we could do anything better being on the play. It's obviously it is a little dependent on the draw. If we had drawn a land one turn earlier, we could have gotten double ley line down, and then it would have been really difficult because he would have had to continuously bounce each ley line in succession, and we could just play the other one and always have a ley line down. Let's see. Yes, we want to play first. So we have a choke in our opening hand and a Wilt Leaf Liege. Like it's not a very fast hand. It doesn't do a whole lot. I don't think that's gonna be quick enough to do anything. Like if he counters our choke, what do? We just lose? I think we have to mulligan this. I think this is a bit better. We actually can interact with the board. We could put this on the bottom. So yeah, we'll just play a Wildwood first and pass it back. He does nothing also, which is really good for us. And I think we're just going to play Catacombs. We're not going to do anything this turn, so yeah, we'll just Catacombs, we'll pass it back, and then we'll fetch for an Overgrown Tomb or a Temple Garden. Probably let's see. Yeah. We'll get an Overgrown Tomb here. And then let's see what we draw. So not the best fourth land we could have drawn. He's representing a counterspell, but I think we got to do it anyways. It's most likely a remand, so we'll just run our dude into it. He does not, so that's good. Getting up above, being above 18 life is just so huge against Scapeshift, because it means they have to get 8 lands into play in order to Scapeshift off. He picks up a Search for Tomorrow. And 8 lands is... It seems like it's not a big difference from 7 to 8, but it gets a lot trickier when you're trying to get that last land drop. So next turn we got this that comes into play tapped, unfortunately, so we can't play the Siege Rhino. But if we do manage to draw an untapped land, we do. Okay, so we're going to start by just attacking with our Kitchen Finks. Right, there we go. seemed to freeze for a second. I mean, it's still sort of unlikely that he has a counterspell. So swamp, green, white, colorless. I mean, he could. No. Yeah. So once you get past 18 life, it's not as important the life you can get up to, because they just go and get 2 Valakits in 7 lands, which does 1,000,000 damage, and it doesn't matter. Or they get 2 Valakits in 6 lands, so they do 36 damage to you. So it seems unlikely we're going to get past 36, but now we can Thoughtseize away on the next turn. And he's on a 2-turn clock. So yeah, let's start with Thoughtseize. Yeah. See what he has. I mean, he's gonna remand it. It's actually not terrible. So we'll just attack in. So that's 7. And I think we will play this Lingering Souls just in case. I don't think like there's too much we have to worry about. Like he could electrolyze our Kitchen Finks or something like that, or an Is It Charm. But I don't think there's too much we need to worry about. I doubt he has a Cryptic Command, because he would have tapped our team probably and countered the Thoughtseize like a hard counter. A good draw would be like a Swamp, so we could like Thoughtseize and Duress him. He's got a full grip of cards though, so but he is only at 5 land, and he needs to get to he needs to get to 8. So we're in pretty decent shape, I think. Now he's at 6 land, down to 5 life. I suspect that's maybe Cryptic Command with Remand backup, or he just wants to play something. Anger of the Gods. Okay. Does he have something to finish off the Rhino? Alright. So we still have the Stirring Wildwood. So I think we lead off with a Thoughtseize while he's tapped out. Okay, he's got 2 Scapeshifts, a Remand, and a Repeal. So I could take 1 Scapeshift now and 1 Scapeshift next time. I'm not super worried. He can't return the Stirring Wildwood, and he could Remand the Duress next turn. But if we take one of the Scapeshifts, then he can't like Scapeshift this turn for half and then Scapeshift next turn. So yeah, I think I'll just take this Scapeshift. I'm gonna activate the Stirring Wildwood, attack him for 3, and then he's dead if he doesn't draw something, because he can't interact with the wildwood. So now he has 7 lands. He can Scapeshift once. He can Cryptic, but we're going to duress first to make sure the coast is clear. So we're going to duress. Make sure he didn't draw a Cryptic. So he's going to remand. So basically, if he drew a Cryptic, he's fine. Okay, but he did not, and we picked up that game. So that's Wilt Leaf Abzan versus Scapeshift, and I think we played it pretty well. There was probably a couple mistakes in there, but hey, point them out to me if you see them. All right, we'll see you next time. Thanks.